All right, we're live in the Paste Studio downtown Atlanta, Georgia. We're here with Sam Burchfield, and you have a band with you this time.
Sure do.
A couple of scoundrels.
A couple of scoundrelly dudes.
Yeah. Thanks for coming back. Congratulations to you. Just about a week, 2 weeks, barely under 2 weeks ago. Your full-length Graveyard Flower is out in the world. You're touring it right now. You've had a few dates before this one, and also your big release kind of hometown show is Saturday at Aisle 5.
Yeah.
I'll be there, so stoked about that. Thank you all for coming through.
Yeah, it feels like we're still on tour, sort of. It's like we're home for a couple of days, but it's sort of just like, I don't know, have you slept?
Yeah. No. Well, it's a cool Southeast run. We'll rattle off some dates and things like that as we get going. But, yeah, we're just really stoked that you're back. We're going to hear 4 songs today, and I'm assuming they are all off of the new release.
They surely are.
Awesome. What are we going to hear up first?
We're going to kick it off here with Free. This song was sort of inspired by some traveling out west and just seeing like huge expanses of the country for the first time. I think I've been on the East Coast my whole life, and traveling out there, just seeing everything, and you're just like, what are we doing with our lives? But, you know, in a lighthearted way. So here we go.
Playing make-believe, I'm playing guitar in the backseat. I'm not sure if I'll ever be what I'm dreaming up in my sleep. And everybody listens to the radio, but you don't listen to the radio. You throw stones into canyons and dance to the echoes. It's not a movie, it's not a song. It's the feeling that you get when you leave home. It's not the money or the security. Deep down we just wanna be free. Well, everybody's saying that they're feeling alright. I'm feeling depression. There's constellations on my mind, but I'm stuck on my confessions. See, you can make money and run for your life, but I'm running into the night. So we can watch from outer space and laugh about the human race. It's not a movie, it's not a song. It's not your cell phone, it's not your job. It's not a car or a house on a hill. It's not the role in a Hollywood film. It's not the money or the security. Deep down we just wanna be free. Until you get away, ooh, but you're caught up in a race. It's not a movie, it's not a song. It's not your cell phone, it's not your job. It's not a car or a house on a hill. It's not the role in a Hollywood film. It's not the money or the security. Deep down we just wanna be free.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Feeling good in the space, you guys?
Yeah, we love this place.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounding great. As I knew it would, and it's nice to hear it in real life. So thanks for bringing
real
it
life.
back. Yeah, Sam, who's with you today? I know the answer, but the internet doesn't.
Yeah. So this is Mr. Colin Agnew over here on the drums. Trick V. Myers on the bass with the sunglasses, keeping it cool.
Very cool.
And a new mustache. It's true. Like I said, we've been on the road in a van, and we show up today. This dude, in one day, has just transformed his look.
Well,
Very beautiful.
You're wearing it well.
And we were missing our lovely keyboardist, Rhett Huffman, is still in North Carolina. We dropped him off. We don't know if he's ever going to return. So
Well, I hope you pick him up back on
yeah,
the
hopefully
way.
we'll see him.
You were so you were just in Putnam, Connecticut, Cambridge, Massachusetts, New York City, Raleigh. Tomorrow you're in Charleston, then Charlotte. Saturday, Aisle 5, the
Back
hometown
home.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is basically the record release, although it's already out in a way, right?
Right. Yeah. It's
So-
sort of, and it's interesting because we did this. We did the solo session. It was sort of around when the record was being completed, but it wasn't out yet. It's sort of been a process because I started it off recording 5 songs, and I only thought it was going to be 5 songs, and it was probably August where I came home and I was sort of feeling inspired with the subject matter. I was like, I think that this isn't done yet. I think I need to keep writing, and so I wrote side B basically, and yeah, it's nice to finally have it out, and it's been really cool playing it live with these guys and really bringing it to life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last time you were here was solo, and I think that was like November
Yeah.
or December?
Yeah.
Probably should
It was
have know
cold.
that more specifically.
Well, because we had our fire tonic discussion about
right,
it,
and,
because you need that in the cold. But
we
I think,
were definitely talking about that. You've brought it along.
yeah, we brought
today.
the jug back, so we'll try it afterwards.
Awesome,
So
awesome.
if you're in the comments, we'll let you know what happens when we try this hot beverage.
Yeah. We'll also record it onto the little our little guest book, which you signed last time.
Yes.
So, which we're on side B now. I think we we're still on side A last time. But
Yeah.
very cool. Can't wait to try that. But yeah. So those additional songs, did they feel like they needed to be part of this batch, which is a lot about sort of regrounding ourselves to our roots, physically, emotionally, mentally, but also it's a bit about sort of our mortality.
Yeah.
Did the extra the second 4 or what the second
Yeah.
batch of songs, did they kind of marry into that theme?
Yeah, and it was interesting because I think when you set out to make a record, if you're really doing it right, you start out with sort of a question. Like you don't necessarily know exactly everything you're going to do. And so the question I started off with was definitely like, how do we reconnect to each other and with that nature? And that was like the main element. And then the thing that sort of started coming up was, and it came up in side A, but I think I needed to like further explore it in side B, was the idea of, mortality and how that's so tied to our connection with nature, because it is literally, we come from nature, like physically, the molecules and everything, and we return to nature.
Right.
And so I think sometimes we forget that, and we're so separate from nature. Like living in Atlanta, I love Atlanta, but you're kind of separate from nature in a lot of ways. You don't always think someday I will die or someday I will return to this, and like how important it is to take care of it because of that, I think. So I think side 2 was still some of those nature themes and songs like Colorado and songs like Late to the Fire, but that whole idea of, like it ends someday. With The Last of the Honeybees is sort of like hints at that, and also Graveyard Flower. So it's sort of needed to explore those things, I think, to finish out the whole thought of the record.
Right. Well, and the name of the record is Graveyard Flower, which I think illustrates all those concepts in a simple 2 words.
Yeah.
It's not about. It's totally about that circular, kind of life thing, and we are infinitely interconnected. And yeah, in Atlanta, it's hard to take your shoes off and feel grounded because you're standing on concrete. But unless you're in the park, there's not a lot of water here.
Not a good place to be for the apocalypse, just
Well, yeah, we got the CDC, and they're already making TV shows about the apocalypse here, so maybe it's fitting. But
maybe it's good. I don't know.
I feel that being from a sort of smaller urban city in the Midwest, but like literally a stone's throw from being out in the wild country. And Atlanta is nice for that too. You got to drive about an hour, but then you're there.
Yeah, you drive when you're there, and I think
same.
that's important. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love how those themes have turned into songs.
Yeah.
I loved them solo, and I love it in this configuration as well. So
Thank you.
thanks again, y'all, for coming back. And,
Yeah. Keep it rolling here.
yeah, I think let's do another song. We got 3 more.
Yeah, so this one, let's do Hold My Hand. This is actually the first song where I used the phrase graveyard flower, and it was before I think I had actually come up with a name for the record. So it was kind of the beginning of that, and then I close it out with the song Graveyard Flower, which we can do next. But yeah, so this is Hold My Hand.
I was born in the valley, I was born today. My soul is the reason my body stays. Oh Lord, have mercy if I fall again. If I fight this battle, will hold my hand. I was born in the river, born again. And this water's the reason my spirit lives. Oh Lord, have mercy if I fall again. Well, oh, my mama can't save me now. Dirty blood on a holy ground. All my power can't keep me around anymore. So hold my hand, think of me sweetly with the graveyard flower. Hold my hand, bury me deep inside a big rain cloud. Cover my bones, honeycomb. Sing me to sleep when the sun's going down. Sing me to sleep when the sun's going down. I was born in the desert, born to die. My body's the reason my spirit cries. To be loved by somebody, would you love me tonight? If I fight this battle, will you make it all right? Well, my mama can't save me now. Dirty blood on a holy ground. All my power can't keep me around anymore. You when I'm gone, I'll be gone. So hold my hand, think of me sweetly with the graveyard flower. Hold my hand, bury me deep inside a big rain cloud. Cover my bones with honeycombs. Sing me to sleep when the sun's going down. Sing me to sleep when the sun's going down. Sing me to sleep when the sun's going down. Sing me to sleep when the sun's on down. Thank you.
Yeah. Nice.
All right, thank
Graveyard Flower up next.
Yeah.
Right on. You want to hop right into it? And we got a little break before the last
Yeah,
one,
I
too.
think that's
so.
a good call. They're thematically tied. So.
Yeah. I don't want to get us off base here.
So this song is probably the most personal song on the record. It's one of those I sort of started writing it and then later figured out what it was about for me. And I lost a grandmother this year, and I also have two grandparents suffering from Alzheimer's simultaneously. And so again, with thinking about people passing, and it's a very difficult thing to wrestle with, but also when you have someone passing mentally but not physically, sort of in front of you, and you're sort of, it's a really confusing thing, and it's difficult seeing my parents, coping with that and figuring out how to feel, I think. So this song, I think, was just my way of processing it, I guess, and hoping that there's still that person in there, seeing and feeling the same, hopefully. So this is Graveyard Flower.
Honestly, it's the fear. That keeps me standing here. I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to be afraid. I know you wish you were here. Deep inside you do. But you don't even know my name. You don't even know my face. You don't know me. You don't know me anymore. When the house that you built is dust in a field, and the home where you raised your first child fades away, when the songs that you sung are echoes of love, and the world that you knew starts to change, I hope you feel the same. I hope you feel the same. With every graveyard flower, I'll write you poetry. And if your memories slip away, I'll write you symphonies. With every graveyard flower, I'll write you poetry. that you built is dust and field, and the home where you raised your first child fades away when the songs that you sung are echoes of love, and the world that you knew starts to change. I hope you feel the same. 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 Yeah, I hope you feel the same. Come back, come back, come back. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh man, so good, so good. Wow. I just got lost in that one.
Yeah, getting all the emotions out, man.
So good. You got me thinking about. You got me on the feels now.
Sorry, man. Well, man,
No,
honestly,
not
like,
sorry. No,
no,
it's
yeah,
good.
it's like I never thought I would play that song live, you know, because it's personal. And we were in Raleigh Sunday, and just sort of flowing, and it just felt like it needed to happen. And then after the show, it was like 4 people came up to me and were like, and some of the other bands too. Shout out to Little Bird, came up and were just like, man, it's just crazy how many people deal with that, you know, deal with those sorts of diseases. And so I was really glad I did, because it is sort of like an emotional toll to do. But I think when it can mean something to other people, or like help them relate or see it a certain way, I think it's important to do. So
Yeah, yeah. I definitely felt it's very affectatious, and but also I hope it's cathartic for you and coping with this kind of stuff. I've got some similar things that I've dealt with in my life, and yeah, I feel that, and we need these kind of things. That's how we all connect to one another. And going back to the original theme, like, it's not just grounding ourselves with nature, but we're all a part of nature as well. So reconnecting as human beings that are all in this together. You know, hearts out to Nashville, hearts out to all of the, you know, the pandemics of the world.
Yeah.
Not to go there super heavy, but there are so many signs that point to we are in this together. So yeah, I think that kudos to you for having the guts and the strength to say those things live and not break up. I don't know if I'd be able to do it, but it's important. And I appreciate you for that. And
well, thanks for being an outlet for it. And music is definitely medicine for all these things. And I hope that with the record, I hope that does leave people hopeful. I know there's some heavy emotions on it, but I think the ultimate emotion that I want to convey is like hope, that we move on, that we carry on, and that we like Graveyard Flower is beautiful, you know. Like it doesn't end with just like the sadness.
Yes, I don't catch an overall morose vibe from any of this stuff. It more is like, hey, these fears and struggles, like, take them by the hand and let's lead it into the future and into the coping part of the story. I'm getting that. Yeah. Fans are important to connect to and help with that. It's the more hands holding each other, the better. going to use that as a segue. You have a Patreon now, and I wanted to give you an opportunity to shout out to those supporters who are helping make this kind of thing possible.
Yeah.
SamBurchfield.com is your website. And there's information about it there, but I wanted to. I don't think that was a thing you had last time we were.
And I don't believe I did. I think it was a New Year thing, I really, because my wife, Pip the Pansy, she started doing it and had so much joy from it. Because I think most artists, like, we hate asking for money. Like, we were talking about this in the car and a lot of the van rides. Like, it sucks because we would make music and art if we just, like, it meant, like, if you had to, like, pay money, which you sort of do. When it comes down to after taxes and everything.
Right.
But, like, we would just do it for nothing, actually. We don't want to ask for money for people. And there's, Kickstarters and stuff like that. And Patreon, the thing that I like is that it feels a lot more like, hey, I'm doing this thing over here, and I really don't pitch it very often. It's just there. And shout out to, like, the 6 people that are giving it. It really means a lot. And it feels so much better to go on there and do, like, a live concert, like, than, like, if I'm on Facebook, I'm like, hey, everybody, please watch the, you know what I mean? It's a different posture. And
well, you know that people are interested genuinely.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've made that decision of, like, we are that interested, to be part of it. And so yeah, I mean, I'm still learning how. I mean, it's only been a few months, so I'm learning, like, how to do all of it and like do live stream things. And but I do like to go on there and just give, like, little, like, songs that aren't out and, like, ideas I'm working on and things like that. So yeah, if you're super hyper interested, check out Patreon. It'll always be there.
Yeah. Well, I think all those things are of great value. Not only knowing that there are, no matter how large the handful of people is, like, knowing that there are people who are that interested, invested in what you're doing, it just means that what you're doing is speaking to them. And getting a sort of a sneak peek of a writing process or something, like, that definitely has value.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm seeing it more and more, and it's definitely it has a different vibe altogether than, like, the classic, like a Kickstarter or something like that, which no shade to anybody who's used that method to finance what they're doing.
I did it back in the day. I mean,
no, zero shade, but what a cool way to turn the glowing oracles in our pocket into something that connects us, because it's very easy to use those things as a disconnector. But in this regard, I think it's very much a connector.
Man, preaching today, man.
I'm preaching.
The glowing oracles in our pocket. I like that.
It ain't about me, though, Sam. It's about you.
No.
But yeah, good hang, as I knew it would be as well, as it was last time, and I can't wait to see y'all Saturday tearing it up. Is your keyboard player going to be present for that show if you find him? All right.
Yeah, he's from North Carolina, so it's a family thing, which is, like, always family is more important. So
totally.
Family / I think he's just, like, having some vacation time, which is, hey, come on.
Totally chill. And it's a different Carolina, but there's one shout out from Melissa Toothman in Greenville who's loving on this, as are many other folks on the internet.
And hey, we're coming through Greenfield next week. Follow those tour dates for the rest of them. This week is Charleston, Charlotte,
You're in the
Atlanta.
North. Yeah.
But we do go, I think we have Athens and Greenville and Johnson City the next week. So.
Yeah, there's a bunch of dates after the Saturday show. That's just where I stopped. That is not where the tour Graveyard Flower stops. So SamBurchfield.com for all those dates. And thank you all, again, just gushing at you for being here.
Man, thank you, Andrew. Thank you, all of Paste. For those of you that don't know, their office is here. So literally there's a bunch of people that are, like, being really quiet and respectful over there.
They're all on deadline, but clapping for your music as well. Yeah.
Trying to make things happen for you.
It's a good vibe, and we're stoked to include you in it. And again, anytime this makes sense, hit us up. You've been to both studios. The New York studio has a lot of history for you. We covered that last time, so go check out Sam's previous session if you want to get the podcast hang version of your sort of marriage story in a way. Yeah, crazy. Well, I'm glad you're a part of the family, and like I said, you're welcome back anytime, you guys. So,
appreciate
Colin,
it.
Again, you're probably gonna be here again.
Yeah,
at some
Colin.
point,
So. Colin does drums for so many people in Atlanta. Like, if you
this
watch the Paste
videos,
videos,
like sixth session, I think, Colin.
Hey, that guy's in like 10 videos.
Nice. Well, and for hire, Colin Agnew over here. So,
let's do it, man. Fuck these guys. Yeah.
Word. Well, guys, we're so stoked. What are we gonna hear up last today?
Hey, closing it out with Last of the Honeybees. I did this one solo last time. It's one of my favorites. It was the last one I finished writing before to put on the record. And I think it, although it does discuss some other sad topics, it is hopeful about carrying on. And, that's the only option we got. Just keep moving.
That's all we got.
So, yeah. Let's do it.
goes like I'm in another life, another life. And I don't wanna grow up, 'cause someday I'm gonna be dead and gone. But something in my skeleton bones has got to carry on. So I guess I'll carry on. Deep in the forest, feet of the honeybees is making a stand. And I wanna be there. It's gonna be grand. And I wanna be there. I don't wanna grow up, 'cause someday I'm gonna be dead and gone. But something in my skeleton bones has got to carry on. So I guess I'll carry on. Protect us, shelter my brothers with a heavenly host, Holy Ghost, refugees, honeybees. Oh, I don't wanna grow up, 'cause someday I'm gonna be dead and gone. Something in my skeleton bones has got to carry on. Got to carry on. Got to carry on. Hey! Got to carry on. Oh, you got to carry on. Yeah, you got to carry on now, 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 now. You got to carry on. Oh, you got to carry on. Deep in the forest, the queen of the honeybees is making a stand. And I wanna be there. All right.
Yeah. So, real quick, other fan shout outs. The one cool thing about that sounded amazing, by the way, you guys. Sorry. It's just there's some really cool check-ins happening. One neat thing about doing rock and roll in the afternoon, when rock and roll is maybe a little too early in the day in the States, is we get some folks from around the world. You've got a check-in from Berlin, Germany.
Oh,
Sophia,
wow.
thank you for that. You've also got a shout-out from the Philippines. Quartz,
Yeah.
thank you for that. Somebody was asking if you're going to Dallas, and I know it's not on this run, but
Not anytime soon, but we're trying to. I mean, we're trying to get everywhere in the world, but I don't know how soon we'll get to the Philippines and Berlin either. But
Bring us to
Texas
Dallas.
more likely sooner. Yes.
nice. And then one of the shows coming up is at a venue called the Willow Tree, right?
Willow Tree, Johnson
Yeah,
City.
yeah. There's a shout out.
Yeah.
Terry's shouting out about
Oh,
that.
I love
show.
Terry. She's got a wonderful venue for any artist looking for a place to play.
Oh,
Willow
nice.
Tree
Okay.
in Johnson City. Yeah.
Cool. They are connected then. People are asking you to come to New York, literally in real
Wait,
time right
we were
now.
just in New York.
Yeah, I know.
Tell those people.
Eric, it's all good. It'll happen again. But
yeah, it's all good, man.
yeah, someone asked for reggae. That's not going to happen. But thank
We
you for
could.
watching
It
anyway.
could happen, but I
that
think we're
comment
cutting-
is from the Rolling Stones. I'm not joking. That's
what?
the user, Rolling Stones. They want reggae. I think you
Steve.
guys are doing great, though. No shade to you, Rolling Stones. Thank you guys so much for being here
Yeah.
and sharing this with not only us, but the world at large.
And again, shout out to Colin Agnew and Trigby Myers for making this happen over here and bringing it to
I'm
life.
glad.
And Rhett Huffman, resting in Carolina.
Yeah. Nice. You guys, this has been a blast, and it will be again. This is not going to be the last time. We'll see you Saturday.
Saturday night, out 5. See you.
All right.
Peace.